Teaching number 225. Beloved disciples, my love and my peace are with you. I come to teach you with my divine lesson to forget the goods of the earth, so that your spirit detaches and communicates in the beyond with the Master. There is in each heart a concern, a complaint that you try to hide from my gaze. You come to learn from me and you do not want to show me your bitterness, but you are before my perceptive gaze that penetrates to the depths of your heart and feels your pain. Before giving you my teaching, I want to pour my balm on your wound, fill your spirit with peace. I want to see you strong, to feel you close to me, that the ties that exist between you and the Father are closer every day, so that the chains that tie your heart to the earth are broken and your spirit is freed. I have taught you to give fair compliance to spiritual and human laws, so that you will not fall into materialism or spiritual fanaticism. You have suffered much to be here witnessing my third manifestation and to hear my word again. Among you are those who, despite having heard me, are not exempt from sorrows, because their spirits have not been able to free themselves from human miseries, but I come as a patient and loving teacher to help you with my lesson so that the infants advance in their steps. The tests of life are part of my teaching, they are forging and tempering your spirit to withstand the new trials that are to come. Pain has been the means by which you have come to me. The same thing happened in the second era. It was the blind, the lepers, the paralytics, the possessed, the deaf and dumb, those who carried scars not only on their bodies but also in their hearts, who gave testimony of me. The works of love and charity that I performed among you, that you called miracles, kindled the faith of those hearts, and through them, many others came to me. It was my will to do those works, to shake the deepest fibers of the heart and spirit so that humanity could feel the power of Jesus. That supernatural man who did works impossible for other men to do, works superior to science and to all that the envoys of the Lord had done in times past. It was not yet the culmination of time, and that is why the Father, being Spirit, descended among mankind, hidden in the flesh of Jesus so that all his works and his words were visible and palpable. That is why on many occasions I healed the sick of the body first, so that the proof would be evident in the eyes of the most incredulous and materialized, because if those prodigies had only been verified in the Spirit, they would not have been seen or believed by the people. The times have changed. If you were not those same beings, I would repeat those miracles among you to give testimony of me, but you were my witnesses at that time. You not only saw, but also received my charity. How many of you felt the caress of Jesus, the sweet weight of his hand on your head? How many of you heard the echo of that word, which saturated your body and your spirit with its balm and its love? Today I come directly to your spirit, because I have found it blind in some, deprived of movement in others, others deaf to my divine voice, and some lepers due to sin and vice. So I have made the call to you, so that you come to me docile and in peace, but you have been hard of heart, until the pain has been very bitter, you have risen up in search of me. Before you knocked on door after door, seeking peace, or health, or consolation, and finding these blessings nowhere, you humbly bowed your head to come into my presence. You have all come like this. Not a single heart or spirit has come before me that does not need my charity, so I tell you again that through pain you have reached the path. Some in their unbelief demanded a miracle from me to believe, so I put them to the test by not granting them the prodigy they asked for, because whoever believes in me and loves me will never put conditions on the Father. Others, despite their lack of faith, persevered listening to my teachings until their hearts bowed, performing the miracle in them. When they opened their eyes full of faith in their Lord, they contemplated with infinite joy that they had recovered health and peace, and others who also persevered hearing my word, forgot their bodily pain and raised their spirits, until they came to bless their own sufferings, because that is what brought them closer to me. Blessed be you, because you have recognized that in this way I have tested your faith and love, and that by your longing for redemption you have attained my charity and my gifts. I have been a teacher, I have been a father, a doctor and a judge. I am the love of all love. Seek me always as Father and as Master. Do not become ill without seeking me as a doctor, nor challenge my justice so that you do not have me as a judge. The practice of morality, virtue, and spirituality will free you from the diseases of matter and from the guilt of your conscience. I tell you again that now I have not come before humanity to repeat the miracles of the second era, because I have come in search of your spirit, although without forgetting your matter, because it is also my child. I have come to fill your heart with peace and make your face smile in the midst of the vicissitudes and pains of this time. I have come to ignite your heart with the light of an ideal that is a reality, because that ideal is me, the goal of the path, along which you will have my presence, my company. In it I will be a warning voice, friend, doctor and guardian who watches over your sleep. Your spirit is finding its domain, still dwelling on earth, it is coming to know its sanctuary, it has found the path and from there it contemplates its true homeland on the horizon. In your heart you ask me who will reach it and I answer, all of you. But in the future it will not be pain that leads you, nor trials that force you, it will be your love that will be the light that guides you to me. The trials of the path are only to wake you up from your materialism. When the storms and tempests have passed, there will be calm and peace in your hearts. Then you will reach your unification, and the Father will say to you, now that you are prepared, think of others now you have the right to teach your fellow men, for now you can set a good example. The New Jerusalem will open its doors, within it the guardians will remain and from it the emissaries will depart to the nations to bring goodness and bear testimony. Your word will topple idols from their pedestals and the light that emanates from you will dispel the darkness. Although it may seem like too much responsibility, I tell you that you can fulfill this mission because your spirit has long since begun its path of evolution. In the first era, Israel kept the ark for herself, but when Jesus preached on earth, he erased the borders of Judea and sent his apostles to other nations to spread the seed of love. Today I come as the Holy Spirit and my universal doctrine covers everyone without distinguishing races, wise or ignorant, rich or poor. This doctrine is for the Spirit. All the inhabitants who inhabit the universe in an infinite number of worlds will unite in it. From this people will arise the spiritual temple where I will dwell eternally. An inner temple, in which an altar of love of my divinity is raised, a sanctuary that will not be built with stones, but with prayers, works of charity and true testimonies. My image will be in that temple, not the one made by the hand of man, but the one I have made in my likeness, the human being endowed with spirit and illuminated by the light of consciousness. In you is a reflection of the divine, you truly carry me within you. The intelligence, the will, the powers, senses and virtues that you possess, speak of the superior essence to which you belong and are a living testimony of the Father from whom you sprang. Sometimes the image of me that you carry within your being, you stain and profane with disobedience and sin, then you do not resemble me, because it is not enough to have a human body and a spirit to be an image of the Creator, the true resemblance to me is in your light and in your love for all your fellow beings. Grow and multiply, I say to your spirit in this third era, as I said to the parents of the human race, when they were ordered to fill the earth with human beings. Grow and multiply, beloved people, but grow in spirituality and multiply in virtues. Be a lamp among so much darkness that reigns at this time. Be prayer and manna, be balm and caress, then you will be harmonizing with the beings that love me, with the spirits that worship me. On earth you have a refuge that is your home, that institution that is the image of the universe, so that in its bosom you gain strength to fight. Make your home be something of a temple, make it a small kingdom, an oasis in the arid and hostile desert of your life. Watch over the virtue of your home, but do not fall into selfishness because of an excess of ambitious efforts, because then it will cease to resemble the universe due to its lack of hospitality, love, and charity. Let your roof be hospitable and your table be fraternal. Only through the path of love will you reach me and know me, that is why I have taught you how to walk within this doctrine, because it inspires you with true love. My word will be your guide in this third era and will open a passageway for you between obstacles, abysses and darkness, because my mandates are in it. Remember that I am your only salvation. In times past, in the present and in the future, my law was, and will be, the path and guide of your spirit. Blessed are those who trust in my law because they will never get lost at the crossroads of the road. They will reach the promised land and sing the anthem of triumph. Beloved people, I bless each step forward you take on the path, filling your spirit with peace and trust, as an incentive so that you do not stop or become lethargic as you have done in times past. Do not settle or be satisfied with your first works, keep in mind that the goal is still distant and that to reach it you still need to walk a long way, make new merits and strive to achieve your elevation. The improvement of the spirit cannot be subject to deadlines on earth, whether they are centuries or eras. The perfection and evolution of the spirit has eternity as its field, but not because you have eternity ahead of you. Do not underestimate the days or the minutes of your earthly life, thinking that if you lose them you have a very ample opportunity to replace them. You have not realized how your spirit suffers when it has missed a step in its journey or when it has been delayed for an instant. It is necessary that you know the value of each of the moments of your existence so that you live alert, taking advantage of them for the benefit of your material and spiritual improvement. I know that not all of you can come with the same step along this path. That is why I say to those who have already managed to walk safely and firmly, do not forget those who come after you. See that some arrive tired, others have stopped, and others lose faith at times. I give you the mission to watch over those who stumble and fall along the way, so that you find the opportunity to practice your fraternity and to test what you have understood of my teachings. If someone tries to keep his knowledge, his faith and his gifts for himself, fearing that others will take advantage and enjoy what he has cultivated, he will come alone and empty-handed before me. He will present his seed to me, but not his harvest, because he will never have sowed, since he took only for himself the seed he received. He who forgets himself to give to his brothers what he carries in his spirit, and his greatest joy is to help his fellow men to rise to the top of the mountain where the spiritual goal is found, that one will arrive followed by multitudes and blessed by his brothers, with a spirit full of light in the fulfillment of his mission. Come to me, disciples, preschoolers and latecomers. I call disciples, those of you who have studied my teaching, from the moment I revealed to you that it is already the third era, in which the spirit of man must rise and place himself at a great height to harmonize with the Father. And you who feel like children, I truly tell you that this is not the first lesson you have received from me. A long time ago, in other ages, I have spoken with you, and since then you know my law, and also since that time, I have waited for your fulfillment. To those whom I have called last, I tell you not to be surprised that I come to manifest myself among you, because it was prophesied that I would return among men. Listen to me all and prepare your spirit, because I am going to give you spiritual food, unleavened bread, as I told you in the second era. Only from me can you receive this bread, which is the essence and love of my spirit for every child. From today feed yourselves with it, so that none of my children lack this sustenance. Do not starve, because I, the Father, have come to tell you that you have never had me as close to you as now. I have promised to support you and give you protection, because you are my children. Do not hesitate any longer, do not feel hungry or orphaned by this love, and at any level that you find yourself, feel my presence. I want you to know the flavor of this fruit that I offer you, so that you do not let yourself be deceived, because the end of my communication is near, and after that time there will be dangers and snares for the chosen people. Those who do not analyze the teaching they receive may fall into temptation. Only the disciples who remain vigilant and praying will be free from error and will carry the pure seed and will know how to pass it on to their brothers and sisters. I have marked the time that my manifestations have lasted in the 3 eras. From the first man to the birth of Jesus was the time that comprised the first era of humanity. It was a long period of trials, battles and experiences for your spirit that was in full evolution. Jesus marked the beginning of the second era, and mankind studied the lesson that his example gave and was moved to feel the word, the Father's messenger, close. His stay in this world was brief, a short time, and returned to the Father, from where he had come, after preparing and instructing the chosen one so that his word would be carried to the ends of the earth. From that time until the year 1866, when the signs that announced the beginning of a new era appeared, was what comprised the second era. After that time, a new cycle has opened for humanity, the third, and my spirit in fullness has come to teach you to pass from one stage to another and receive the seed, the light and the grace that correspond to this time, so that you know in what degree of evolution you are and you approach spirituality step by step. The time in which I gave you my teaching through man is marked, and like all my orders, it must be fulfilled. Later, your faith, intuition and trust in me will tell you that I am close to you, and you will feel me deep inside your spirit, guiding your steps and always pointing to the top of the mountain, helping my children to reach the perfection that is the goal that awaits the spirits. Blessed women, you too are part of my apostolate. There is no difference between the spirit of the man and yours, although physically you are different and the mission of one and the other is also different. Take Jesus as master of your spirit and follow him along the path traced by his love, make his word your own and embrace his cross. I am speaking to your spirit with the same word with which I speak to men, because spiritually you are the same. However, when your womanly heart looks for a model to imitate, when you need perfect examples to lean on to improve yourselves in life, remember Mary, observe her throughout her journey on earth. It was the will of the Father that the humble life of Mary be written by my disciples, who knew her through her works and talked with her. That life, humble for those who know her, was luminous from her birth to her end in the world. Mary wrote many pages of loving teaching with her humility of spirit, with her infinite tenderness, with the purity of her heart, with her love for humanity, which she expressed with silence, more than with words, since she knew that who came to speak to humankind, was Christ. Mary's spirit was the same tenderness emanated from the Father to give humanity the perfect example of humility, obedience and meekness. Her passage through the world was a trail of light. Her life was simple, high and pure, in her the prophecies that announced that the Messiah would be born of a virgin were fulfilled. Only she could have carried the seed of God in her womb, only she was worthy of remaining after her mission was fulfilled before Jesus, as the spiritual mother of humanity. Therefore women, Mary is your perfect model of a woman, but look for her and imitate her in her silence, in her works of humility, of infinite renunciation for love of those in need, in her silent pain, in her tenderness that forgives everything and in her love that is intercession, consolation and sweet company. Maidens, wives, mothers, orphans or widows, lonely women whose hearts are pierced by pain, name Mary your sweet and solicitous mother, call her with your thoughts, receive her with your spirit and feel her with your heart. My peace be with you.